I just got home from an 8-day trip to Mexico City literally last night, and I have not done anything bookish or reading related in probably like a week and a half. While I was on this trip, it was very much like an adventurous type of getaway. So I was doing things every single day and barely had any time to read. And now that I'm home and quite honestly feeling like I need a huge life reset, I really also want to do a bit of a bookish reset and do all of my favorite things that have to do with reading. I don't know exactly what I want to get up to this week, but I definitely want to do a little bit of book shopping. I think it would be fun to go look at some little free libraries in my neighborhood. I might want to reorganize and clean up my bookshelves a little bit. Like there are so many different little things that we could get up to this week, and I just am craving all things bookish. Lots of coffee, cozy drinks, like you guys know the vibes. So with all of that said, I think today I want to start off this vlog by going and picking up a new release. Just before I left for my trip, the new Abby Jimenez book, The Night We Met, came out, and I do have a library hold for it, but I have not gotten any notifications that that book will be ready for me to read anytime soon. And so there's a couple things that I need to pick up at Target that I've like recently run out of. And so I think I'm going to do some errands, go to Trader Joe's and go to Target and just see if I can find the new Abby book, because I'm so excited to read that and get my hands on it. Like it's going to take everything in me not to drop the book I'm currently reading to just go and read that book. Also, my book club this month is reading We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, I think is the title of that book. And book club is in like 10 days and I don't own this book, nor have I started it. So if I can find that book for a good price, I think I might also pick that up. But I will say I do know that I have access to it from my library. So it's not like make or break if I like find that book or if I don't. So yeah, that's where we're going to start off today. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I am going to go make myself a little smoothie and then we're going to go see if we can find the new Abby Jimenez book. I'm so excited. It's actually so much later now, and as you guys know, I wanted to go to Target to pick up the new Abby Jimenez book, but right before I was about to leave, I ran into one of my neighbors, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's and go to Target. They're like, oh, but it's Easter Sunday, like, are you sure they're open? I was like, I think so. I'm guessing there's modified hours, but I'm assuming they're still open. And so I checked, and it turns out Target is not open on Easter Sunday. I did not know that, and thank God I ran into her because she saved me a trip all the way out there. And so I did my errands minus Target and then came home, got some stuff done, and then decided, no, I am still getting the book that I want. So I left the house again and went to Half Price Books, which you know and you would have saw from the B-roll footage. And I ended up picking up not one, but two books. So we're going to do a little bit of a mini book haul and then we can dive into the rest of the book stuff. So the first book that I got is exactly what I intended to pick up. And that book is The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. It feels so weird to be like holding this book in my hands because I've talked about it for so long. Like I just feel like every time Abby Jimenez announces her next book, it's like one of the biggest things that I'm looking forward to. And as I'm updating you guys now, I literally just saw a clip today of Abby announcing like her title to her next book and like who the next book is going to be about. And so I don't know, it just feels so good and so great to always have an Abby book on the radar. So to be holding this in my hands and not just like popping a picture of it on the screen or writing about it in my Cozy Reader News newspaper. It did get featured in one of my newspapers. I don't remember how recently, but I did talk about this book pretty recently in one of my newspapers. So I'm really, really excited about this. I almost never buy new releases when they come out. So I did sneak a peek at the first few pages, and I fear that I want to pick this book up immediately. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens with that. I would love to do some reading in this video. And then the second book that I picked up, I did go in looking for a few other things besides The Night We Met. I won't get into that right now, and I did not find them. Like, I literally went author by author in half price, like all over, just like looking for very specific books and did not find them. But when I was in the romance section, I kind of scored. And when I was there, I found the indie published version of the first Magnolia Parks book. Now, if you guys know me, you would know that I really, really love this series. It's one of my favorites, particularly the Daisy Hates books. And I got into them after they started republishing everything. The new covers look like this. And while I think it's cute, it's just not like my favorite thing ever. Like, I just feel like the indie version is so much more representative of what these books are actually about. And so over the last like 2 years, I want to say, I've been collecting the indie editions of these books whenever I come across them at the library, or I'm sorry, not at the library, at the thrift store, half price books. And so anytime I see them, I snatch them because they don't sell them anymore. And so currently in my collection, I have Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home, as well as Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing, and I just love them so much. And so when I saw book one, I was like, I actually have to pick that up. It's not in the best condition. Like, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see that. Like, it's not great. So I think if I ever came across this edition again, like in better condition, I would buy that one and donate this one. But guys, we're kind of getting there. This is what, 3 out of 5? Oh my gosh, I never thought oh my God, I can't believe I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder. I never thought I would see myself holding these editions of these books. So in the backs, I'm being a fangirl, and not everybody is obsessed with this series. So that is my book shopping update. And so for the rest of today, I don't know what I want to do in the rest of this video, but it's currently 4 o'clock on a Sunday. And the next thing that I need to do, you might be able to see behind me, my fantasy shelf and just my bookshelves in general are getting a little bit messy because I'm reading a lot of my books. And so what's happening is I'm running out of room on my shelves. And so when I was in Mexico, I finished Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I'll talk about this either in like a recommendations video or my next wrap up that I do. And when I put Vow of Thieves on the shelf, there was no room for it. So, and I want to keep series together. So I think what I want to do a little bit right now is actually reorganize some of my shelves. I'm probably going to need to do a full reorganization video later. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, because I think right now I just want to like mess with some of my shelves, but I have like a bunch of just fantasy books sitting here and that's not going to work for me. So I think that's what we're going to do right now. And then I either want to journal or read next, maybe make a little cup of decaf coffee. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a quick, let's hope it's quick, reorganization of my bookshelves. I'm not obsessed with it, I'll be honest. Well, I'm obsessed with part of it. I'm not obsessed with the entire shelf. So let me just show you guys what I have updated. So romance shelf on the bottom here has stayed exactly the same. Up here, I just added in the Magnolia Parks book. And I don't think I ever showed you guys this, but for Valentine's Day this year, my boyfriend got me this cute little display to go on my bookshelf that says books read this year. I literally did not tell him anything. Like I didn't say that I wanted this. I didn't even know that this existed, but he found this and I just thought it was the sweetest, most thoughtful gift ever. And so it's a little counter so you can like update the numbers. I actually need to update this. I think I'm up to 16 at the time that I'm filming this. And I just think it's so adorable. So because I love it so much, I put it on my shelf with some of my favorite books, which is Magnolia Parks and Emily Henry. And again, the Daisy Hates book is my favorite, but I put the new Magnolia Parks book in here. And then let me show you guys over in this section, the part I'm not loving. I decided to split up my fantasy into YA fantasy on this shelf and then adult fantasy in the bottom left of this shelf. And honestly, I really, really love how the YA fantasy shelf looks. And then here's where I'm not super satisfied. So I did, like I said, need to split up my adult fantasy, which is over here on the left, and then my TBR shelf, which is now on the right. So I just feel like all together on the bottom, it doesn't look that great, but I don't really have another solution unless I fully reorganize my entire bookshelf. And honestly, right now, I just don't feel like doing that. So yeah, basically TBR on the right and fantasy, adult fantasy specifically on the left. Like I said, not my favorite, but at least everything has a spot. For the rest of the evening, a couple things I would love to do. I would love to read my book. I'm currently rereading the second ACOTAR book, and I'm about 20% of the way into that, and I'm head over heels, but I'm not opposed to starting The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez, and I should be starting my book club book. So it's a mystery what I'm going to actually end up reading in this video. Something else that I would love to do, which isn't totally bookish, but it's still very cozy, is update my journal. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge journaler and scrapbooker. I'm obsessed with like writing in my journals and keeping track of all of the places that I've traveled and sending my friends letters. And my memory card is going to fill up. Great. Sorry about that. My memory card literally just filled up. But as I was saying, I love just like anything analog. Essentially, you guys know I run a mail club for readers, which if you're ever interested in that, you guys can check the links in my description box. I'm obsessed with all of that kind of thing. And I actually just got a new journal. Let me show you. For my birthday, one of my besties got me this little journal and I put like these charms on it and it has my name on it. And I need to start a new travel journal for all of the places that I go because I'm a big traveler, and I completely filled up my other journal. I'll show you. This is the state of the last journal that I did for all my travels. And basically what I like to do, audio is probably not as good now, but what I like to do is I buy postcards from all of the places that I have been, and I put them in my journal and like write a little bit about it. So this one is actually exploding, and maybe doing this in a journal this size wasn't very smart. So I think I want to start a new travel journal. Again, this one's just so cute, and put my postcards from not only Mexico City, but also just like some of the other places that I've been recently. I feel like that would be really fun and cozy activity for the evening. And then also update like my actual personal journal. And then yeah, do some reading and like meal prepping and all that like good Sunday stuff. So I feel like I've been yapping a lot. I am gonna go do one of the things that I've just talked about: journal, read, make a cup of coffee, meal prep, something. And I will see you guys for the next bookish activity. Good morning, everyone. It is now Tuesday, so it's been a few days since I filmed for this vlog. If you can't tell by like my scratchy voice and just the lighting and stuff. It is pretty early in the morning on Tuesday, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a journaling update and then also just like a reading and book things update, I guess is the best way to say that. So on Sunday night, I did end up filling in my new travel journal, and I thought I would just update you guys on that real quick. So I'd actually previously started a travel journal before one of my besties gifted me this. So I transferred a bunch of the postcards from my previous journal into this one, a bunch. It was like 4. So I moved in like my Big Bend postcards, I went to San Diego. So I have some like San Diego postcards, some sketches, some stickers. And then I also pasted in a bunch of my postcards and just like souvenirs from Mexico City. And so I still need to do a bit of the writing for the Mexico City sections, but I'm feeling pretty good about my journal so far. It's also just so much cuter than the other one I had. I've actually also spent a lot of time reading in the last couple days. I did almost no reading in Mexico City. And so on Sunday evening and yesterday after work, I just kind of binged like a whole bunch of my book. But I think I want to do more of a thorough reading update a little bit later in this vlog. And so this morning, what I want to do, usually I go to the gym on Tuesday mornings, but I've been kind of just like easing back into working and being home and all of that good stuff. And so what I want to do is go for a walk and start my book club book. So I think I told you guys my book club voted to read If We Were Villains by ML Rio this month. And as of today, I think I have like 7 or 8 days until book club. And there's so many books that I have that I would rather be reading. That's kind of like, I feel like one of the downsides of having a book club. Like I love my book club and my friends that I do it with. It's so much fun. But this is just one of those times where I would so much rather read like my new Abby Jimenez book or my like current read than actually start my book club book. So I'm kind of having to like force myself to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on a nice walk this morning, start listening to my book, which was available at my library. Thank goodness. And then we're just going to go from there. I have to go to the dentist today and I have work today and all of that kind of stuff. But I think it'd be really nice to read a little bit on my lunch break, fill you guys in on all my books. So I think that's what we're going to go do this morning. And fingers crossed, I really like this book club book because I would so much rather be like reading what I'm currently reading, but it's fine. I just have to get over that because the book club FOMO of not reading the book is just, no, I can't do that. I won't be able to sleep at night if I do that. So I think that's it for this update. I'm going to go on my walk and listen to my book. And then I will see you guys probably a little bit later today to fill you in on all of the reading that I have been doing lately. So, and there's a lot. In a short couple days, I've done a good bit of reading. It's been a couple hours now. You guys would have seen that I went on my walk and listened to my audiobook for book club. I also went to the dentist. I've been working all day pretty much, but I wanted to jump in here. I'm about to eat my lunch, but I wanted to jump into the vlog and just give you guys a couple reading updates because what is a doing book stuff video without some literal reading updates? Now, I think I mentioned it earlier in this vlog. I can't remember, but I feel like I did. I'm currently rereading the ACOTAR series. I do have a personal goal to reread all of ACOTAR and also read Crescent City before the new Sarah J. Maas book comes out in October. I'm not necessarily planning on reading ACOTAR straight through. Like, I feel like I probably would read Crescent City maybe after finishing this book because I want to like spread it out so that when October comes around, it's all like fresh in my mind and I didn't finish the series like a few months ago, if that makes sense. And I'm currently about halfway. I think I'm actually technically over halfway. I'm currently on page 327 and I'm loving this book. I know. I feel like at this point it feels basic to like love a book and a series that's this popular, but I think I'm honestly loving it even more the second time around. Trust me, when I read this the first time, it was literally a 6-star read. I was as obsessed with it as I think you could possibly be. But I read this literally like 4 years ago, and I've read so many books and also fantasy books since then. And so I was like, I don't know, like maybe it'll feel really tropey, or like, I don't know, like maybe the writing would feel cringy. I have no idea. But I'm literally loving this so much. And again, even more the second time through. I feel like because I've already read these books, I already absolutely love the characters. I'm so obsessed with them. And on top of that, I'm picking up on all of this foreshadowing that I had no idea was happening the first time that I read it. And so there's just so much to pick up on and so much to read into. And like all of these little moments that maybe wouldn't have made me like super giddy the first time that I read it are making me like actually kick my feet screaming. Like I am so obsessed with this. It's not even funny. I'm having the best time. So I'm reading this, and then as you guys know, I started If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio this morning. And that book is like a dark academia mystery book following a group of students at, I want to say, like a college or university, where each year they perform, like they work on their acting and they perform different Shakespearean plays. So we have a group of characters, there's 7 main characters, and they are in their 4th year, and they are like auditioning to play different parts in this like Shakespearean show, essentially play, I guess. And we know that like something bad's going to happen. I'm like assuming somebody dies, because right at the beginning of the book, we're with one of our characters many years later, where he's like reflecting back on this like crime or like this bad thing that happened. And so he's kind of recounting the mystery of it all, like kind of walking us through it. And I'm actually enjoying it so far. This is the kind of book that I feel like I would really enjoy. Like I love dark academia, especially like a school setting, the campus, the descriptions. It's lovely. Honestly, I feel like I would prefer to read this book in the fall or the winter time, transparently, but we can't choose. Like I don't have that kind of power over what book club reads. And so I'm loving the setting. I'm curious to see what I think of it as we get further in. But I was definitely worried because, as I had mentioned, I am so excited about some of the books on my bookshelf right now, like ACOTAR, the new Abby book. What else is over there? The actual books that I picked in my April TBR. I picked Half a Soul. I picked One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. Like there are books on the docket that like I really want to be reading, but then I'm balancing it out with like my book club and my personal goals that like I'm struggling to get to all of the books that I want to read. And so my plan for the rest of the day is I do have some more work to do. I need to wrap up my actual job, my 9 to 5, and then I have some work that I need to do on my mail club. Today I need to write my newspaper for readers or get started on that. And so yeah, I don't really know exactly where the rest of the day and the rest of the week is going to take me, because I do have some work to do today and then plans with a friend. However, if I can squeeze in some reading or squeeze in some time to work on my newspaper for readers, I'm going to do that. You guys will see that, I would assume. So those are my reading updates. As always, if you guys are reading anything interesting right now, or if you've read the books that I'm reading, or you came across a new 5-star, please let me know. I would absolutely love to hear about it. But yeah, those are all of my reading updates. Just wanted to fill you guys in on what I'm reading, and I'm going to get back to work and then see you guys for whatever the next bookish thing is that I do end up getting up to, whether that's today or later this week. But it will be happening because this video needs to go up on Saturday. Hello, my sweet, beautiful besties. It is now Wednesday evening, and I have some reading updates for you guys, some bookish updates for you guys. And as you would have seen earlier today, guys, I had the best afternoon and like late evening. I ended up working a lot just like outside in the sun today. It was like 75 degrees, sunny, beautiful. Actually, like best day ever. And then when I finished my work, I switched over and did some work on my mail club. And that was kind of the first bookish thing that I got up to today. And I know I've like talked about it a little bit in this video, but for anyone who's unfamiliar, I run a mail club for readers where I send letters to my subscribers in the mail every single month. And I won't get into the details here, but one of the things that I do is write a monthly newspaper that like ships to your doorstep every single month. And so I have a couple examples of like previous newspapers that I've written. So like on the front, I talk about new releases that are coming out in the upcoming month. And then on the back, I have like articles talking about different things that are going on in the reading community. So like one of my more recent newspapers, I talked about the new ACOTAR book coming out. I talked about the Festival of Books happening in LA. I had like a game on there. I talked about International Poetry Month. Like I just have a bunch of articles, and I've been doing this for a few months now. And so today in the sun outside where it was so beautiful, I was researching all of the books that are coming out in the next month-ish. And it's so hard because I'm literally reading so many book summaries that all sound so good. Some from authors that are like well known and well loved, and others from authors that I've literally never heard of a day in my life. And it's just so fun reading about everything that's like upcoming. And then it's honestly difficult narrowing it down, choosing which books I want to write about, what seems the most promising, reading reviews, all of that good stuff. But it is something that I absolutely love. And so today I didn't actually do a ton of writing. I just picked out everything that I was going to write about. So I decided the 6 books that I'm talking about. I picked all the rest of the columns and all of that good stuff. And then I've been working on like other components of my mail club separately. Again, I'm not going to dive into the details in this video, but if you guys are ever interested in that, all of that information is linked in my description box down below. Always, I would absolutely love to have you. It's so much fun. So yeah, that was the first thing that I got up to, just sitting outside in the sun. It was so beautiful and so perfect. And then once all of that stuff was done, my actual job, my mail club, all of that good stuff, I switched over and did a bit more reading. And so now I'm on, I'm on page 406 out of like 620, I want to say. And this is one of the few nights this week where I don't have plans. And I'm so happy about that. Last night, I actually went to a Dallas Stars game. I am absolutely obsessed with hockey and the Stars. I just love them so much. And I was actually on TV last night. It was maybe the craziest night of my life. Like my bestie texted me a video of me being on TV when the Stars like scored a goal and I was cheering. Like it was actually crazy. So I'm kind of coming off of that high. And I don't even know why I brought that up. I bring that up because I've been busy. I had things going on earlier this week. I was on TV last night. I have things happening tomorrow. I have a friend flying in for the weekend. So I think I'm literally going to try to crank out like at least 100 pages of this book tonight, which who knows if that's actually going to happen. I am a very slow reader, but guys, let's just say that things are happening. Things are happening at this point in the book, and I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. So I'm going to go have some dinner and try to read the next like 100 pages of this book. And then honestly, I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to finish it, read my book club book. Like things are happening. I know I will find pockets of time to get it all done, but I'm just going to lock in because I can't think about anything else other than this book. I think honestly, there were so many other things that I wanted to do in this video, but honestly, I've already started editing it a little bit and I feel like it's a little bit on the longer side, like definitely over 20 minutes. So you guys are going to have to let me know, did you like this doing book stuff vlog? I, as you all know, am not a huge vlogger on my channel. I'm a lot more into sitting down, diving deeply into my book reviews, sit down videos, and kind of updating you on like what I'm reading, what I've been reading in those types of videos. And I feel like also vlogs just don't like perform as well on my channel. Like I just feel like people are less engaged and like they just generally don't do as well. So I'm always hesitant to make vlogs because I just want to make the kind of content that you guys love. I love vlogs, but like I want to do what you guys want. So please, I beg you, let me know what your favorite kinds of videos are. Did you like this? And if you did, what would you want to see in another doing book stuff video? Because I could easily make one of these like an hour long and do like 100 different things. If you guys made it all the way to this point in the video, comment down below a fairy emoji for the ACOTAR series. And I think that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys are having the absolute best day and the absolute best reading month, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.